Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Street Gang, How We Got to Sesame Street. And this is a new documentary that's coming from HBO Documentary Films and is going to be hitting theaters and VOD soon. And this film focuses on the creation of Sesame Street and the years of its growing popularity, its growing into its own, and becoming one of the most influential children's programs ever. And, it sparks the Muppets. It's the starting point for the Muppets. This is from director Marilyn Agrello, and this film captures the same kind of magic, the same kind of spirit as Won't You Be My Neighbor did, which was, I think, by far the best documentary of that year, and total BS that did not get nominated for an Oscar. And after watching this, I hope to see Street Gang next year at the Oscars, but I think the tricky thing is it doesn't have a message, kinda. It's not something like, it doesn't have a political message. This is more about a look at a culturally relevant and impactful series or icons that really shaped childhood for so many people for so many years. And honestly, I didn't really watch Sesame Street growing up, to be honest, or at least from what I remember. But I knew Big Bird. I knew Elmo. Didn't really watch... They don't really get to Elmo in this because not really the main focus. This is the start of Sesame Street. Those years where you had the core of creator John Stone. You had Frank Oz, Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, the creator of all these characters. And you have Carol Spiney, who plays Big Bird, and Oscar the Grouch, who's 100% my favorite, especially now, because he's so relatable and so much fun and so snarky. And you have this love letter to Sesame Street and the creation of this wonderful program that taught kids so many lessons through music, through fun characters. Like, look at Bert and Ernie. They're one of the greatest heterosexual life partners ever. And I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out that they were more than heterosexual life partners. But they have such a wonderful friendship. Two guys just having that kind of relationship. They bicker like a married couple. I know some best friends like that are like, honestly, my brother and my other brother John bicker like a married couple. And you have that kind of genuine relationship. You have Kermit popping up on here. And then you have, obviously, like Big Bird, one of the most iconic puppets of all time. And Carol Spiney did such an amazing job. And you really get to see into his nature and his artistry in bringing Big Bird to life with his naivety and his youthful perspective on things that is a great conduit for the children to get into really impactful themes and ideas, like dealing with the death of one of the cast members and it being confronting it head on and not cheapening this experience for the children and having them confront those things that are going to be part of their lives. Death and loss is a part of life. And Sesame Street didn't pull away. You had the character looking at the one black member of the cast and bringing to life these black puppets and them not really connecting and being disheartening, and it shows those imperfect moments of the story of the Muppets. Because not everything ended so perfectly, not everybody, like Jim Henson and Frank Oz were so perfect together, but they weren't the best of friends. They weren't like BFFs, but their career was so great together and they created such magic. And of course, dealing with the death of Jim Henson so early, too early, that really shook this show to the core, and the Muppets too. And having those stories being told in this documentary, you really getting a sense of what made this show special, and also on like lower levels of not cultural significance, but the artistry of puppeteering, you getting to see behind the scenes, which will like shatter your illusions of what Sesame Street is, and seeing all of like they're just hands and a head and just like these people like hanging out under them, or seeing Carol Spiny in his Big Bird legs with just like regular clothes and everything on top. And those kinds of behind the scenes things are so impactful and interesting, and you get those technical aspects. This film works on so many different levels and emotionally hits and connected so well to me. I absolutely love Street Gang. This is a special documentary, and I really hope that all of you out there goes and checks this out either in theaters, on VOD, or whenever it comes out on HBO, because this is a special film. It's meaningful and really captures the cultural impact of Sesame Street, and I think will have its own impact as a documentary. But those are my thoughts on Street Gang, how we got to Sesame Street. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.